to correct you.
Okay.
So I'm asking you what a peepo is
People.
because you must not be pronouncing it correctly.
Sure. Yeah.
So spell the word for me, please.
P-E-O.
A-P-O?
P-E-O. P-L-P.
L. What's an L?
L.
One of our hardest ones.
L.
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 So how do we make an L, class? The tongue is on the top of the mouth. L. And somebody has wrongly taught you that you say L.
L.
It's not a jaw consonant. It's a tongue consonant. L. So, Joanne, Carol. I'm trying to get you to do people.
People.
No, not people.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah.
Please do not apologize.
Okay.
So, you're used to, I'm going to do it two ways, and you tell me which you like. Here's the first way. People or peepo.
I like the first one.
Yeah, because it's right.
You made the right one.
So, what you want to do is you want to write down that L is a tongue consonant, not a jaw consonant. So, people.
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 Can you just go, oh? There you go.
People.
Yeah, so you're so unused to doing this, it makes you feel really stupid, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes you feel stupid, but you are not stupid. You're very smart.
May I try?
Yes.
People.
Yes!
Oh my God.
Yes, well, she has a really hard time with that. Yeah. Really good.
People.
Let's go around.
People.
Very good.
People.
People.
Wow.
People.
They have gotten really good. But they've also had 5 classes.
People.
Yeah!
People.
No.
People.
Huh?
People.
Nope.
People.
Yeah. So we got 2 peepos, and the rest of them were people. Okay. So and understand, this isn't about criticizing your personality or your intelligence. You don't know this, but I have a new daughter-in-law. She's from Thailand, and she says, "Papa, the best thing," she's getting her master's in linguistics to teach non-Americans how to speak English, and she's from Thailand. She has beautiful English, actually. And now because I started teaching these classes, I've started correcting my daughter-in-law, and my son's like, "Papa, stop it." And she goes, "No, Ivan, I want your father to correct me." He goes, "Oh, this is going to be a bad situation," because I'm already a type A, critical, demanding person. But with Jess, it'll be no big deal. But she said, the best thing you can do in your class is to one-on-one make people say the word correctly back to you. Yeah, she said that's what they never got in learning how to speak the English language. I remember taking French in junior high, and how much do I want to tell you? Well, first of all, I come from a very dysfunctional family, right? You know what that means. Sick, like really unloving, all kinds of problems in the family. My parents are both deceased now, and I forgave them for all their stupid things. But because of my position in the family, I know this will be hard to imagine considering how verbal I am, but I had a horrible stutter. I stuttered my whole life till I was in the 7th grade. I mean, I couldn't say a hard consonant without, and I would sit in grade school, and we would go around the room reading out loud, and I would try to figure out what my paragraph was going to be and practice it inside my head so that I could get through it. Fortunately, nobody in grade school ever teased me, and my family never teased me, but I had so much shame you could not imagine. So I go to junior high, and I'm taking French, and then junior high, that's when the teasing starts, right? It was horrible, and the teacher did not stand up for me. So she would go around the room and have people say words in French and have them repeat them back to her, and I couldn't. And so she would just pass over me. And they would just tease me horribly. So I went to, you're going to love this part of the story. It's pretty funny, actually. So there was a drama club, and they were going to put on a play, and I wanted to audition. So I went to the audition, and one of the English teachers was the head of the drama club, and they were going to do a melodrama about Dudley Do-Right, you know, and the damsel in distress on the railroad tracks, and she's tied down by the evil villain, and Dudley comes in and he saves her, you know, riding on his horse. You know that story, right? It's an old American folk tale. So guess what my line is? Now, remember that I'm a stutterer, and I can't say a hard consonant. So my line is, hoity-toity, me fair beauty, I've got you where I want you, and I'll do you heaps of harm, 'cause I own the mortgage on the gall darn farm. That's what I had to say. I couldn't say hoity. You know, it was just like, it was horrible. And I didn't have a ride home, so the English teacher had agreed to drive me home after the auditions were over. And I just sat there thinking, this is hopeless. So in the car, he gave me the gift of my life. He said, Ron, I can't put you in the play, but would you be interested in taking speech therapy? And I did, with Mr. Anderson. And so for 2 years, I was in speech therapy where all we did was back and forth. Now, he was giving me something else. He was giving me self-worth, right? Because of the personal attention I was getting. But I could slow down and breathe and say the words, and in 2 years, it was gone. It was just gone. So that one-on-one is what you're lacking, the person to say, no, that's not how you do it. So this is really good.
No, we never had that.
Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah, yeah.
Fascinating story.
Pretty interesting, isn't it? For somebody who's so incredibly verbal.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Interesting.
Inspiring.
We have a very special relationship. Yeah, it is. And I thank God for it, because I don't know what would have happened. There is a National Stutterers Association. And I actually went online and wanted to come and speak. And they wouldn't let me because I don't stutter anymore. Do you believe that? They didn't want to hear my success story. That's weird.
No, because the Vice President Biden, Joe Biden, he has the stutter.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
I've never heard him.
He said that he struggled for whole life to
For his whole life.
life.
No.
Whole life.
Whole
Whole
life.
life.
Yeah, I'm just talking to him. Okay. So, you guys are basically designing the class tonight. So I want to get to speeches here pretty soon, and we have to do some exercises. So, another question. Yes, ma'am.
I was just wondering.
You were just wondering?
I am just wondering.
Just wondering. No, not just a.
Just wondering. Why the stutter, right?
Stutter.
Stutter. I mean, what's exactly the reason?
Very good. Okay, do you want me to, should I tell them? Should I take time to tell them? So stuttering isn't a hereditary thing. It's not a physical thing. In general, and I have studied it, and I think the National Stuttering Association, I'm not quite sure why, I guess they're approaching it very differently. They just want people to feel accepted. If I was working with them, I would want to be helping people understand why they are stuttering. So specifically, I truly believe it's because a person is afraid to talk, and they feel like they will not be heard. So they're stuck.
So yeah, I'm asking this question. I was thinking maybe there's something.
You were thinking.
I am thinking maybe something in our mind. We cannot believe ourselves can speak good English.
I don't know if you have that or not. You wouldn't be here if you didn't think that. If you did not think that.
Sometimes we don't have confidence.
Oh, right. I understand that. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why we speak so fast. We just try to
Yeah,
get
Min and I talked about this a lot. You avoid reality and speak it so fast to try to get through it. We've talked about that in here too. Remember last fall? We talked about that, about how speaking fast kind of gets you over the messy spot. When really slowing down is so beautiful. When you slow down, you have almost perfect English.
Wow, it's almost.
I mean,
Oh, they're against me. Ah!
And
Be
also,
nice.
I think
You what?
Also, I think.
What? You think?
I think.
Very good.
I think we haven't put a lot of effort on that.
Right. Until now.
Until now, yeah, that's right. Because before we thought, okay, we're doing kind of technical work.
Technical.
Technical work.
Technical.
Technical.
Not technico.
Technical.
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 Oh. Technical.
Technical.
Yeah, she wants to say technico, like peepo.
Oh,
I love that. What's a peepo?
Oh.
What I told them.
I know.
See what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah.
L.
So you make your L with your jaw.
Right.
It's
yeah.
not a jaw consonant.
Okay.
L.
L.
It's just your tongue.
Okay. I will.
You will.
I will.
Better. Work on that.
Yeah, work on that.
Good.
Yes.
Back to your question.
Oh my God, I forgot my question.
That happens a lot in here. Ron does so much interrupting that people forget their questions. Right, I'm sorry. You'll think of it. You'll think of it.
And I think the best thing I took with me from last time is I try to speak slowly at home, even with my husband.
Wow.
My husband was so surprised.
Listen to you, though.
Finally,
How different you sound.
I speak very slowly.
Yes.
Today, I did open house. No one showed up. Guess what I did?
You practice.
I took my camera.
You took a.
I took my camera. I started walk around in each room. I start. Hello, everyone.
Everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone.
This
And that's another one that we mess up. We say
everyone.
every instead of every.
Yeah, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is Melinda Chen. I am doing an open house here. So I walked around every single room.
Every.
Every single room, took pictures of every room while I'm explaining the features of every single room.
Wow.
Before, I always made little mistakes here and there. But when I start to speak slowly, I realize that I make very little mistakes because I have time to think it over through in my head before I speak.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, that's really good.
It's so difficult to do. And when you talk, you just want to finish it. Especially when others start talking to you in a faster speed, it feels like I don't catch up, I'm wasting their time.
That's too bad. That is really too bad.
Especially like a meeting, everybody's trying to jump in, get words in, you just have to.
Oh, yeah. That would be death for you guys.
Yes.
A meeting where people are just chiming in, and they're just blurting. My wife calls it blurting. When we went to marriage counseling, the marriage counselor said, "Ron, you need to learn how to be quiet." And Cynthia, which is I am able to do, and he turned to Cynthia and said, "You need to learn to blurt." And she said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just interrupt, just start, And she to this day, 4.5 years, she has a really hard time with it. Yeah.
She's too polite.
Wow. She's nice.
So she just
I don't.
Art. Interruption is an art. Sometimes you just need to learn how to do it too.
You're exactly right. Did you hear what Min said? Interrupting correctly is an art. Yes, it is. And having a dialogue. I have I call them my boyfriends, guy friends that I hang out with, and we're all very verbal. And we sort of have unwritten rules that we're allowed to interject. And many people would call it, you're interrupting each other, but we're not. We have sort of I wish I could have that with my wife, actually, but it's not going to happen. I mean, she is who she is, and I am who I am. And when Cynthia starts to talk, and I can tell that she's going to kind of do her thing and be on a roll, I just shut up because it's so cool to hear her finally be very verbal. She's really good at writing. So I have every letter and every card Cynthia has ever written to me. And they're very articulate.